Hi guys, I'm back. Taking a deep breath here. Okay. Let me stop with these ums. Okay. So I want to go back to my father's death once again. Okay. And also I want to add, he died unexpectedly of like a stroke, or maybe it was he died of a stroke, and he was 61 years of age. So he died fairly young. And I mentioned that my mom was instrumental in helping me to process that grief, and I wouldn't necessarily say process, but handle it, carry me through. And my brother Aaron, he also carried me through, because when you have a sibling who identifies with what you're going through, it really helps. And so he and I shared that experience and things that he didn't understand and, didn't know how to process. I was there for him. I was able to help him with that. He didn't really have like a faith that he was based in or immersed in. And, sometimes you need that. And it's what grounds us and gives us a foundation. But, he really didn't have that. And I think he kind of found it in me. He always was like, what about Terry? What about, he's always worried about me and my happiness. So I helped to kind of, as best I could, just let him know that how to process my dad being gone the best way I could show him. I mean, he couldn't pull from what my faith actually was about it, but I could share it with him, and then he could try to put it together for himself, which I think he tried to do. But at the end of the day, I do believe my father's death was a catalyst to his sickness, because he just was so like not knowing how to deal with that. And he and my mom, we kind of all, she was there for my brother and I with this, and as she should be, she was our mom. So I'm appreciative of that as well. So my mom, let's go back to her. She died of a broken heart. I can say that for sure. I know that. My mom was in a complete depression after my brother passed. And, I talked about me having that survivor's guilt. And one of the things that came along with that was that, I would worry, like, oh, did she wish, not that she wished it was me, but would it have been better for her if it were me? She and my brother were very close, and I was close to my mom, like, how best friends are and sisters are and mothers and daughters are. That's how me and my mom, we had a few little elements to us. But she and my brother, there's nothing like, I don't know if other people can relate to this, but the mother and son bond, that can be a very, very strong, like intense bond. So they were very close, and she took care of Aaron with all of her heart when he was, bedridden. And oh man, it was just to watch her in action with him was, I don't even know how she did it. I hope I'm able to do that for my kids. I don't really know, but hopefully she was there, because he was bound to the bed. He couldn't clean himself, couldn't do anything. She did everything for him, fed him, everything. And that was her baby. So I always, wondered if I would have gone and it wasn't Aaron and it was me, would she have been better, not so depressed? And I really believe she died of a broken heart. And one day, so after my mom's passing, one day a friend said to me, and I really think it was spirit talking through this friend, because it was, no one knew I felt this way. I never shared this. I never told anyone I wonder if it were me, would my mom feel? I didn't share any of this guilt I felt, this survivor's guilt. I knew what it was because I started looking it up about my feelings, and I was good at processing emotion and understanding and sitting with myself. I'm really good at that. I've been that way since I was a child. I just grew up being very introspective and an introvert kind of. So I knew what I was dealing with. And one of my friends out of the blue just said, you know, Terry, I want you to know something. It doesn't matter. And this was a friend who's known me, you know, since high school. And she just said, and she knew my brother. And she just said to me, oh, I just want you to know, it doesn't matter if it were you or Aaron, your mom would have felt the same. I was like, whoa. Soon as she said that, I felt like a burden had been lifted off of me. It was like this heavy load was just weighing on my shoulders, and I just felt so light after she said that. And I knew God was sending me a message like, no, honey, don't carry, you don't need to carry that. So that immediately went away. Immediately after that moment in time, it went away. And I was just shown so many like little tiny miracles that life is so magical, you know, through this whole process of everything. And